Schalk, are you going to be fit to go 60 minutes when you come back from injury, or are you a slob?
As you can see, this beautiful body can go for 80 minutes. But then again, I don't look like a front row forward. Unfortunately, if you ask a guy that weighs 135 to run around for 80 minutes, it's quite a task. So from that point of view, you've got tactical substitutions. A guy comes in, he brings a lot of energy. Like back in the day, Matt Stevens, for example, at Sarries, we'll bring him on. Makes a big difference when he comes on. He's a good scrummager. So it's from a ref point of view, or from a coaching point of view, 40 minutes they can last easily. Then after half time, normally the coach's input say, you go hard for the next 10 or 15 minutes, give everything you can, and then you can have a beer afterwards, but then the other guy's going to come on and they make a difference. So it's quite a nice way of doing.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Say you were playing in the front row for South Africa against New Zealand. Yeah. You were way on top in the front row. You were absolutely hammering them. Why do they deserve to bring on a fresh man with 20 minutes to go? Because you're better than them. Your skills or your strength or your experience are better. Why do they deserve to bring another man on?
Well, that's why they sometimes don't. If you're so dominating by so much, or just in the front row, then I would say don't change. So that's always the coach's decision to change or not to change. But if there's no parity between the two, then I'll say have a go. Give the new guy a chance and see if he can make a difference or win a penalty or two. So one penalty makes a big difference to the outcome of a game normally.
I think the tactical substitution, particularly in the front row, is part of the reason why the shape of a rugby player has changed so much. Because as you say, you can be 200 stone or whatever they are now, and they can't run around for 80 minutes, and that's fine. By definition, you can't, and they're trained to be that shape and that size because they're going to come off after 50 minutes. So if you say you say you're not allowed to come off, you're playing the full 80 minutes, then you get a different type of athlete, and you also get athletes getting tired at the end of a game. Then you get the open sort of rugby that we saw the other day. Now, obviously, you're going to have your substitutes, but you maybe have a medical assessment, or that's too hard. You say, well, okay, you can come off, but that means you're injured, so you can't play next week. I think they should something like that. I think with another example.
Rugby matches used to reach a climax in the last 20 minutes. Now they reach a climax just after half time, and they disintegrate when 16 people come on the field. The old days of one team going and the other team making the kill in the last 10 minutes have gone, and it's a shame.
Too many subs, lol.
Well, listen, you live and die by those decisions. If you bring, you bring people on to change the course of the game. I mean, if they were better players, they'd be starting, wouldn't they? So, I mean, I know that's an obvious thing to say, but if they were better players, they would be starting. So therefore, having not been a sub very often, it's quite hard. It is. No, that came out wrong. What I meant to say was that it's a unique role to come into an international game and make a difference in 20, 30 minutes. And I didn't realise how bloody hard it is until I had to do it and come off the bench and actually make an impact in the game and get yourself up to speed. And I think there are those players that, don't get me onto Cipriani and why, there's 3 seconds, go and enjoy the rest of the game, you know what I mean? I mean, I think sometimes the coaches make these decisions and you think that's a great substitution, but sometimes you look at the clock and think, are they just doing it because we've got to 60 minutes? Yeah.